This is a painting I've started and I haven't quite finished it yet. So follow along with me today and hopefully I could finish it with you.
But girl, I wouldn't change a thing. I see it in the morning, please God. But for one of these days I'm gone. I see it before long. I see it before long.
I'm gonna make some more trees.
I've loved my wife Heidi since the moment I met her on a street in Galway in 1999. We were just kids. I've broken her heart many times and we've caused each other great pain. But we've never given up on each other. We've always found a way to forgive, move forward, and keep believing that our best days are ahead. Make no mistake about it, we've had a lot of tough times, but we've laughed, dreamed crazy dreams, took giant leaps of faith, explored, raised, and still are raising a beautiful family. Yeah, it's far from perfect even now, but in all of our messiness, we are what the other needs. I've watched my mum and dad grow older together and seen how incredible that can be, and it doesn't scare me anymore. It's a privilege and a delight to share all of my days with my best friend and to grow older with the one I love. Everybody's getting older. I can't if I only right, but thank God
If you are new to Medicare, have recently moved or lost coverage, choosing a Medicare plan can be confusing with so many options to choose from. It may feel like you're playing a guessing game, but it doesn't have to. Stop guessing and start calling. Call the Medicare Benefit Helpline to find the right Medicare Advantage plan for you without the guesswork. Find out if an all-in-one Part C plan is available with all the benefits of original Medicare and may include so much more. Many plans provide additional benefits like dental, vision, hearing, or prescription drug coverage. Call now for your free Medicare benefits review. If you are new to Medicare, have recently moved or lost coverage, you may be eligible now. Some plans in some areas may offer a Part B premium reduction that puts money back into your Social Security check every month. You may be able to get a plan with more benefits than original Medicare, but you won't know unless you take action. Stop guessing and start calling. If you are new to Medicare, have recently moved or lost coverage, you may be eligible now. Call the Medicare Benefit Helpline right now to see what plans with additional benefits may be available to you. Many plans offer $0 monthly premiums, $0 copays for primary care visits, or $0 deductibles. Plus, some plans may provide additional benefits like dental coverage, including cleanings and extractions, or even dentures. With an all-in-one Medicare Part C plan, you may be able to get more benefits than original Medicare, but you don't get a plan automatically. If you are new to Medicare, have recently moved, or lost coverage, you may be eligible now. Stop guessing, start calling. Call the Medicare Benefit Helpline right now.
Call 800-242-4067. That's 800-242-4067. 800-242-4067. Call now.
When I'm weary, I always run to music. And when I'm broken, I find comfort in hymns. Their lilt and depth of lyric are like a warm winter coat. And the hope within is that the suffering Jesus will not abandon me in my own. I realize now when King David needed to write the Psalms, they were his way of processing the mess of life. Those Psalms help us restore a right view of the world and intimacy with the only one who can rescue us from ourselves. I wrote this song 7 years ago, long before this EP was released. Honestly, I'd forgotten about Father, would you hold my hand? Until one day, when listening, I realized that this hymn that I had written all those years ago was like an old friend, and that like the best friendships, we started where we had left off, figuring this mess out. And as I listened, comfort fell. Then, like a child, I asked God one more time to hold my hand and carry me through.
The ASPCA and the Humane Society of the United States have a combined $70 million stashed in offshore accounts. These groups continue to beg for donations when they're sitting on boatloads of Caribbean cash. Even worse, they're not affiliated with local shelters. Give to your local pet shelter, not ASPCA or the Humane Society of the United States.
What's that, Hershey?
Father, would you hold my hand? The water's rising, I can't stand. Oh, I let myself to a sinking sand. So Father, would you hold my hand? Precious Savior, keep my soul. Hide me where my doubt can't go. Beyond the speed of freedom. Through your power, I overcome. Praise the Father, the Spirit, Son. Praise the Father, the Spirit, Son.
Sometimes we look at our broken world and ask, where is God in all of this? Doesn't he care? He does. He's here with us in calm and in storm, the hope and the heartbreak. That's why whenever disasters happen, Samaritan's Purse will be there, helping to fix not just broken homes, but broken hearts as well, in Jesus' name. Find out how you can help at SamaritansPurse.org.
I was 7 years old, standing in the kitchen of our home, watching my mother and father dancing, smiling and embracing as Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash played loudly on our old tape cassette radio. I realized music was a kind of magic, and that lyric, groove and melody could take a person away from whatever heartache they were feeling. You see, music is a way of sneaking over the walls we build around our hearts and dropping light and hope into the most fearful and cynical of us. Life can be chaotic, and everything seems to be traveling at the speed of sound. But when that sound is structured into bars, beats and notes, something spectacular happens. Our hearts find hope, the pace slows, and we are reminded that life is not something to be raced through, but something to be savoured, shared and enjoyed, no matter how difficult the circumstances might seem. They got a letter from the bank today. They said they want to take the house away. I thought, oh no. But Daddy told my mom was hacked again. And in the kitchen, that's the herd away. It's where they go. Slow down. Put some Johnny on the radio. The kind of music that can soothe your soul. Soothe your soul. Slow down. Don't have much, but I can promise you.
Now, if you notice, I'm doing different shades of green and making my faux leaves. And I've added a little bit of yellow so that I can get some sunlight in there as well. But by using various different colors of green, you can make depth. Make it look like some are lighter and some are darker. Just like in real life. But I've always wanted to finish this painting, and this is what I wanted to do, is to give you an illusion of a house and in a barn and a lot of trees. Dance the pain away.
Meet Nancy. Nancy is 68 years old, and she has been on her Medicare plan for 3 years now.
Oh
But
my
she
goodness,
her
Nancy's
Medicare
been
Part
on
C
her
plan is
Medicare
now
plan
available
for
with
3
additional
years now.
benefits.
We got non-commercials.
So how can I know if I'm compliant?
Nancy, if you are new to Medicare, moved or moving, losing
That's what I love about YouTube. Listen to the music, Christian music. I love Christian music. And then I have to deal with all the commercials. It's more green here. I've got light green, dark green, and as you can tell, I'm filling in. See, so I go in and I kind of tap my way through and make kind of faux leaves. And then I add some darker color, lighter color, try to give it some depth and make it more realistic. And fill the trees in a little bit more. Okay. And I just keep going until I'm satisfied with what I've got. And fill it in. And I want to leave some sky in there, you know, so you can see sky through the trees, but also it lets it look like the trees are very well grown and full. So okay, yeah, it's getting there. I'm starting to like that. It looks pretty good. Now I gotta finish up my trees. And I think I need to get a different brush. I don't know, let me see.
Confused by the Medicare ABCs?
Yeah,
If you
I
have
think
that
I'm
little
gonna get a
red, white,
different
blue
brush.
Medicare card, then you have Parts A and B. But have you considered Part C? Medicare Part C is also
Because I
known
want
as
to
the
make
Medicare
it look
Advantage
woody
Plan, and it's one of the
over
best
here
ways
on
to
this
help
side.
protect
I'm kind of
yourself
washing my
from
brush
unlimited
off.
out-of-pocket Medicare costs.
But I want to make it
If
look
you only
more
have
woodsy
Medicare Part A
over
and B,
here.
You may be paying too much
So,
in out-of-pocket costs.
I need a
and missing
different
out on a
brush.
plan with valuable benefits. All-in-one Medicare Advantage plans may be available with all the benefits of original Medicare, plus most provide additional benefits like dental, vision, hearing, or prescription coverage. Depending on where you live, plan may be available with a Part B premium reduction that puts money back into your Social Security check every month. Call and find out.
Right now.
The Medicare Benefit Health
Okay,
Plan
so
is
I'm gonna
accepting
find two
calls
different
right
types
now.
of brushes.
One plan with additional
One
benefits
more or less
available
for a
to
dry
you.
brushing.
Don't get a Medicare
It's
Advantage
all
plan
kind
with
of
extra
chopped up
benefits
bristles, and I like that. It kind of gives it a
automatically.
grassy thing. And then of course a fan brush. A fan brush I use for grass and stuff like this. So I'm going to go ahead and think I use my, oh, go away fly. I'm going to use my fan brush. And I'm going to use the dark green, and I'm just going to tap the ends of the fan brush just to kind of
like an allowance to help pay for things like rent, mortgage,
Kinda-
internet, healthy groceries, or utilities. Depending on where you live,
Kinda
plan
wispy
may be available
around
with
and-
a Part B premium reduction that puts money back into your Social Security check every month. Most Medicare Advantage plans provide additional benefits like dental, vision, hearing,
Yeah,
or
kinda
prescription coverage. You don't get a Medicare Advantage
give it
plan
some
with
kind of
extra
grass
benefits
growing around the
automatically. You need to
trees.
take action. Call today for your free Medicare benefits review.
Call 800-738-6370.
Add a little bit of yellow in there.
800-738-6370. 800-738-6370. Call now.
Okay, and let's see.
Life is
I don't want to
tough,
blend that in with the
unpredictable,
barn
and
a
it's
little
pretty
bit as
scary
well.
when we realize how little control we actually have. When we're happy, we want to bottle it, to keep hold of the feeling, and for everything to stay the same. But when life hurts, we panic, believing the suffering to be permanent. The truth is that
Kinda let the
suffering
paint
is
come
not
off the
permanent.
brush
It
as
is
much as you
temporary.
can, just here and
Happiness,
there,
on the
and
other
kind
hand,
of
is fleeting.
mellows it out a
I've
little
learned that
bit.
there's beauty in all of it.
Okay, now you
But
can take
faith
your
in God
brush and you
reminds me
can
of
put
what
some
my
paint
hope
on it
and
like
trust
this.
in the permanence of a
Put a little brown
relationship
in there.
with Jesus.
Makes more sticks.
Weeping may
Go
last
this
at
way
night, but
with
joy always comes in the morning. I've learned to roll with the punches of life, to find beauty in the heartache, meaning in the loss, and purpose in the pain. And it is the joy of the Lord that has sustained and carried me through every single one of these seasons.
Hershey, what are you doing?
Life is expensive. Tools don't have to be. That's why over
Okay,
75
I'm gonna put a
million
little bit more
customers have
green
become
in that.
America's #1 tool store. With more than 1,400 locations
Because I'm trying to get a path going as well, as you can see, to the barn.
Values that can't be beat. Don't take our
Alright,
word.
now I'm going to take my dry brush
Harbor Freight store near you. Harbor Freight.
and I'm going to really smush it out and kind of dry brush it.
It's as simple as that.
We noticed she was kind of stumbling. She kind of had a head tilt.
Kind of
Just a
mellows
slight
it
head
out,
tilt.
if you see what I'm
I said, "Babe,
saying.
something's not right." Then by 10 o'clock that night, we saw a
Little bit of dry brushing always makes it more realistic.
2012, my daughter was diagnosed with
Okay, so you
ATRT.
can see what I'm saying.
There's not a high survival rate.
With a referral.
Alright, I'm going to add a little tiny bit of yellow on my dry brush.
Just as soon as we walked through those doors, we felt better. It was like a big relief. We started treatment and they gave us hope.
After several months, scans showed that Eris was cancer-free.
We all just burst into tears. We had come so far from this is almost impossible to beat to now we've beaten.
St. Jude Children's
Okay,
Research
now I'm
Hospital
going to kind of
works
just
day
dabble
after
here and
day
there.
to find cures and save the lives of children with cancer and other life-threatening diseases.
She had been cancer-free for 5 years.
Hershey, what are you doing?
It's a reoccurrence of her original cancer, ATRT. It has come back. And
Okay, so I'm just going to continue that
if we
throughout
were
the
in the same
painting.
scenario in 2012, there would be no treatment options. Since 2012, they have all these other research developments that have come along that have made
Kind of
treating
get the
relapse
variation
possible.
to the
The
ground.
money
And
that people are giving to St. Jude
my,
is
my
not
dry
just
brush is pretty
for
cool when it comes
the
to just
families.
dragging
It's
my
for
pen around
continuing
and playing with it.
research to come up with new cures, new ideas of treatment for
yeah.
kids just like Eris.
Okay, so
5 children diagnosed with
that's my
cancer
dry
from
brush out. I got to get it
Life.
good and dry for the next
You
time,
can join
but
the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude.
it's my other brush out. Get the paint out of it.
Become a partner in hope today.
Always rinse your brushes out. Always
She worries.
get the paint out so that when they dry they don't get
about
hard.
going home,
Alright, so now I'm going to do some more detail on
but
the
she doesn't let it
trees.
show. And that's just
And
her
I've
whole
got another
attitude.
smaller
We're
brush
gonna
for
keep going,
that.
We're gonna keep fighting. And we're gonna
And I'm
smile.
going to find some
while we
gold
do it.
paint.
She's just
And And I don't know if I have any more gold paint, though I'm kind of running out of gold paint. What I'll do instead is use a little bit of white and brown and yellow. Maybe that's what I'll do. Use a little white, brown, and yellow. I don't have very much white paint in here now, but I can get a little bit out. There we go. Got a little tiny bit left in there. I've got to get some more white paint put in there. And I'm going to put a little bit of yellow over here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. I've got a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow, and I've got some brown and black. And I'm going to try to highlight my trees a little bit more. So I'm going to stick a little bit of brown on my brush and a little bit of yellow. And a tad white. See, I'm going to shadow on one side of the tree, and I'm not going to draw a line and just do straight, because trees don't grow like that anyway. But they do have highlights in here and there. So when you use different shades of brown and yellow and a little bit of white, you can make the tree look more pronounced and more real. So it's a realistic looking tree, but still an impression.
For a little while each year, I live in a little stone cottage built in the 1800s. It rests in a lush green valley between two mountains in the hills of Tyrone and Fermanagh. There's a little stream that rushes down the back mountain and past the house. It's always in a hurry to find its way into the cold black waters of the Coldbrook River that lies just beyond the Goodfield at the front of our place. There's something holy about this home, at least for me. There's nobody around for miles, but I never feel alone. There is no applause or acclaim, but I never feel needy when I'm standing in the woods on a soft day with the rain gently falling on my face. I could walk these woods and hills for 1,000 lifetimes and never grow tired of their constantly changing beauty. In the evening, we light a fire to keep the cold at bay. Heidi and I watch the flames dance on our bedroom wall as the constellations roll by our little loft window. And there's nothing to hear but the rushing of water from the stream and the sound of rain hitting our banger blue roof slates that somehow still keep the water out. I've never felt at home like I do in this place, and that really matters, especially when, like me, you've been riding buses, trains, planes, and automobiles since I was 17. The truth is, everybody needs a home, and mine is in the hills of Tyrone.
Oh, Hershey. Hershey's wanting attention.
There's a light that's guiding me when the stars come out over eyes.
Okay, let's see.
This is where I live in peace, where I feel alone. Yeah, it's all right. We know the dust and bones, it's temporary, I know. But everybody needs a home, and mine is in the fields of Tyrone. Thank God I've got a place to go across the mountain country roads. Yeah, everybody needs a home, and mine is in the hills of Tyrone. I can hear you on the breeze in the northern wind blowing through the trees.
Hershey.
Deep as valleys mountain high, there's a beauty that I can't describe. We might all be dust and bones, it's temporary.
Hershey, my goodness. Hershey is really being noisy today.
And mine is in the hills of Tyrone. Thank God I've got a place to go across the mountain country roads. Yeah, everybody needs a home. And mine is in the hills of Tyrone. Yeah. Closing on the light, there's a masterpiece painted on the sky. I know when I'm lost at sea, I can lift my eyes, you'll never rescue me.
Okay, so I'm pretty happy with my trees right now. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of detail. I got a little smaller brush, and I'm going to do some more white flowers. So I'm going to do some really dark green, almost black. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just my black paint is starting to coagulate. It's trying out a little bit, so it's giving me some lumps. I just barely touch the painting and just kind of draw it up and sometimes draw it down. And
savings are on the table
depending
right
on
now
how
at Hobby Lobby.
can choose from an
how
array of
thick I want
accents for
them.
every table in your house.
I do want them to be seen though, you know, so.
Us Irish, in all our pale-skinned, mischievous charm, are terrified of change, and at the same time, stubbornly unafraid of everything. We love to push the boundaries, to peek over the wall and to see what's on the other side of possibility. We're bold, funny, self-deprecating, headstrong, and at least in my case, a little rough around the edges. There's something in us that drives
Sometimes
us
when
to
your
push
paint starts to
forward,
get a little
to
bit
explore,
drying out,
create,
try not to
sing,
add a
to
little tiny
build
bit of
bridges
water
and
to it.
skyscrapers, and to challenge the status quo. It's this sense of restlessness and possibility that has thrown us to the four corners of the earth. And that's exactly what has driven me to a life in America. My son asked me recently why I love to climb mountains. And I said, well, because they're there, son. It's the same reason we have left everything and everyone we love to spend our lives like strangers in the promised land. We've been climbing this mountain and
To
making
add
it
the
higher
water
and
here to get
higher,
my paint a little
often
bit
against
more
the
fluid.
odds, and with the help of some of the
Sometimes
most
water will help it
wonderful
thin out
people.
enough where you can,
But I cannot escape the feeling that we might be missing the view. What if all we ever wanted and needed was at home, waiting for us down a quiet, tree-lined country lane? Maybe I wasn't meant to
add a little
continually
depth here
achieve
and
or
there
to
and-
conquer my little corner of Eden.
you know,
What if all I need is everything I left behind?
that looks a lot better. Alright, now I'm going to do my little white flowers. I got to wash my brush out really good because I got all that dark color in there. There we go. And I kind of pull it like this because I'm just going to tap it with a little more white flowers. I got a fly bothering me. I got my dog driving me nuts. And just dotting here and there kind of gives you the illusion of little flowers.
Right back into the drug distribution, bringing in hundreds of kilograms of cocaine.
Oh,
millions of
this
dollars,
fly is
trying
really
to
wanting to drive me nuts.
The window house was there with their guns drawn, freezing, no move. So I went back in my home, I looked at my wife, and I told her, my life is over. And the preacher says, there's a gentleman here that has been chasing after things, and those things have led him down a road of destruction. He says, the peace that God can give you will surpass all of your understanding. I was raised in Queens, New York. Parents are from the Dominican Republic. And they arrived here in the early 60s with my two oldest brothers.
Dab a yellow here and there too, kind of. Go away, fly. I guess this fly likes the smell of the paint.
It was
I don't know.
really challenging at home because 5 brothers, 5 boys, get over
Go away.
the competitiveness and
I have a
trying
paint
to
problem with
find
a
their identity within the
fly.
household. But I was the youngest, and so I was always taken care of, looked after. And so growing up in New York City, such a diverse community in Queens, you know, at my earlier age, about 11, 12, in the early 80s and 90s, it was the trend of New York City with the hip-hop culture. There was gangs surfacing in the area, and so I wanted to kind of fit in and be a part of that culture during the time. And so I got involved with some young people.
It's coming along.
Which they
Starting to
were,
look pretty
you
good.
know,
I like it.
Local gang members.
Yep, I like
And I was
it.
introduced to marijuana.
Coming along really nice.
Basically at 12 years of age. Once I tried marijuana, I tried to conceal it from my parents. I had 2 other siblings that were also sort of, you know, involved with me, and so we started to consume marijuana and alcohol, and that really caused a lot of problems because my parents were somewhat noticing of my behavior. They noticed that I was really changing in my attitude towards them, towards school. And so at the age of about 13, I decided to join fully to this gang in Queens, New York.
Okay, so now I have some more big ones up here. I think I'm going to add a different color. I think this is where I'm going to variate and give you some more to look at. it's gonna be a different color. I don't know whether I want to do pink or red. I might want to do red or orange. I don't know. What do you think? Red or orange?
Stood up to sort of grab my
Still gonna
posture
do
to
a couple of these
a
white and
fighting
yellow
posture,
ones
right?
here and there.
And as I looked towards my right, the person that was getting the signal, he pulled out a firearm and shot my friend.
Yellow. I'll put a little bit of yellow and some of the white to make them look like different types of flowers.
So when they left the park, I
There's a
approached
little
him.
yellow there.
I didn't see any blood. I picked up his shirt, and apparently it seemed like he had internal bleeding. And he eventually passed on. You know, I thought that was going to shape my core, right? It was going to change my
Yeah, I'm
behavior.
just gonna add a couple
but
of
it
little
didn't.
things here and
I
there.
continued to, you know, be involved in this gang, and
Yeah,
consume
so when you look
drugs,
through it and you see,
smoke weed, and eventually that led me to use cocaine. Now, in the early 80s, cocaine was being used in the streets. It was sort of like a fad. People wanted to be a part of
when they look bigger, the flower itself is bigger.
and I tried it. And when I tried cocaine, I was totally hooked to the drug. And there was some
Okay.
local dealers in the
There's a guy
neighborhood.
talking, he's testifying about how the Lord helped
I can
him
sell some drugs,
get
young.
through
What
cocaine
they gonna do to me?
addiction.
So I started to sell small quantities of cocaine.
Okay.
In this
I'm gonna get some
particular
red paint, I think. Or maybe a
to sustain
bright,
habit.
I don't know, a chartreuse or something, a really
And that
bright
eventually led to
pinkish
me
red, I don't know. I have to figure out what color red I want.
I was about
Let me look and see
13 and a half.
what I
when I
have.
started using heroin. And then at that time, you know, I was just really struck out.
I think I'll
Using
do this
cocaine,
kind of
heroin.
Did your
pinkish,
parents notice any differences?
pinkish red. It's got a lot of red in it, but it's got a
You
lot
know,
of,
coming home,
I don't know, it's kind of got a little bit of orange in it too. I think this will be a pretty color.
interact
will
with
make
people,
pretty
you know, how
flowers.
to address the situation, being, you know, from medical
Oh yeah,
immigrants. So
that'll
they
add
deal
some
with
color
that
to my
current
painting.
Situation that they would deal with. There's
I
some-
like that
so
color.
one day, I was hanging out with
It's
some
almost
guys
like,
and this
I don't know what
this
color
dude
that
robbery,
is.
committed a robbery,
That's
and
one
was
color I
arrested
can't
and
tell
sent
you.
off to juvenile detention
I have
center
no idea.
in Queens, in the Bronx.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna rinse my brush out really good.
They sent
Because
us
I'm
to
changing
prison
colors
in prison.
now.
So when I was released, my parents said, you know,
All right, let's see.
plan to send me to the Dominican Republic, thinking that would change my behavior and my character. And they sent me off to my grandparents' home. And so when I arrived there, you know, I'm in the Dominican Republic, trying to kind of fit in to the kids there and trying to find my place in this island.
Now I'm
in
gonna
this
make these
community I was
flowers
living
a
in.
little
And so
bigger,
they registered me to a private school.
as you can
And
see.
as I was there, I was trying to, you know, fit in with the local kids, and I just didn't feel comfortable. My
Because I
Spanish
want you to
wasn't
see them.
100% at the time, even though my first language was Spanish.
And I'm
I
just making
wanted
like
out. I
4
didn't want to be
dots.
a part of this school. And so I remember I go to school, they had strict regulations at this particular
3,
school.
4.
And I was
So
expelled.
I make 4 little dots.
So my grandparents said, you know,
And
this
that
kid
kinda makes
is
my
just a
flower.
tough kid. So I know what I'm gonna do with him. I'm gonna take him out onto the fields. They
And I'm
own
just doing them
some land.
random,
My grandfather was in the agriculture business.
here and
And
there,
he
because
said,
this is a
I'm
different
gonna
kind
show
of
him a
flower.
lesson. I'm gonna give him hard meat.
So I
And
want
he
to make
took me to the
sure.
field, passed me a machete, and said, "You're gonna work the fields with me." He owned, you know, he was harvesting rice and plantains.
And a dot here and there just to show like maybe it's a new flower budding.
And I was like,
You know?
I wasn't called to do this. Like, what is going on? So I did that for a while. And, you know, unfortunately, in the Dominican Republic, alcohol is readily available to young people.
To make your dots, you do need a
And I started to
little bit
consume
more
alcohol and drink, you know, ride
paint
home,
on your
drunk.
brush
And my
to
grandfather,
bring
he
it
was
out.
just upset with me. He's like, I don't know what to do with this kid. So he contacted my mother.
Yeah.
And he said, we need to
And
send
then
him
a
back
couple
to New
little
York
ones growing up from the
because he's just
ground.
creating havoc here. He's a nuisance, and we're just tired of his behavior.
Oh
So
yeah,
he
this is
contacted my mom,
nice.
and
What do you
my mom
think?
said, okay, you know, I know what to do.
I like that. I think I'm gonna put some along this pathway too to give it some more color.
Soon to be wife, you know,
Yeah.
Alexandra, knew a friend of mine that was
I'm only
living
gonna do
in
3
Dominican
dots.
at the time. And so we just became friends, and they sent me off to New York. That was back in New York City.
Because Three dots makes it look smaller.
And the first semester of high school, I ran into Alexandra. And so we started to talk, and then we started to date, and we became close. And I just, at the time.
Oh yeah, that adds a lot of definition and a lot of prettiness. Oh yeah, let me put some of these up here. So we got a lot of wildflowers growing.
We got married. My parents were like, "What are you doing? You gotta go to college, And I was like, "I'm in love. Latinos, we get married early." I got married, and I was, living with her.
Put
and
some
my
flowers
second
by the
oldest brother
rocks.
And my fourth oldest brother were involved in
Oh yeah, I think
this
that
cartel
painting is coming out just nice.
And they were distributing
What do
cocaine
you think?
to the United States.
Uh-oh,
And
I
didn't
hear
want to be part of it
thunder.
because I knew that,
It's gonna rain again. I wonder how it's gonna go this
I
afternoon.
figured, I don't want to part of what they're doing, distributing hundreds
Yeah,
of
they
hundreds
said
of
upstate New York was
cocaine.
gonna get a lot of rain, so I've been waiting for it. I thought, well, it should have been here by now. But it's not. Okay, folks, so let me see if there's anything. I need a little bit more.
My fourth eldest brother, and I said, look,
I need a little bit more white on my tree
to get involved in your
here. So,
business dealings. And so he invited me to the stash house. It has some security measures in place. And so when I got there, the first thing that I witnessed was a Mac 10 on the table. They had the TV blasted to muffle the sound of the counting machines. And
okay,
towards my
I'm gonna
right,
put a little
there
more
was
brown in there.
hundreds and hundreds
Oh,
of
here comes the
bills,
rain. It's just pouring
different
down like
denominations,
crazy.
20s. And he said to me,
Yeah.
I want you to count the money and let me know how much money is there. And so I counted this money, and it was $1.2 million in cash. And so the TV was blasted to muffle that sound of those counting machines as I was counting the money, and it seemed surreal. That I'm over here counting, I'm involved with this drug enterprise, and I'm counting $1.2 million, and I'm only like 20 years old. Wow. He rewards me by giving me thousands of dollars. And I was like, wow, this is an
Okay,
easy
yeah, I
gig.
needed to do
So I
that.
started
That
to
needed a
invest
little bit more
myself further
definition. I
into
think this
enterprise.
does
I was not
too.
just counting the money, I was distributing the cocaine, I was organizing drug
Yeah.
stops and runs
Much
with
better.
the organization.
So I just go over my whole picture and see what I need to
So I
change.
started now
And
to get involved fully into the operation.
And
I thought I was the top of the
do.
world. Having all this money, party life,
Okay.
the clubs, hanging out with celebrities.
so I really like the way that's coming out. Of course, my barn is a little crooked. I don't think I can fix that, but that's okay. I can make this a little bit.
I was in my car, I said, we gotta make this run, we gotta drop off
I
this
can make
narcotics
this a little bit more
to this
defined.
client in Manhattan, in front of this luxury hotel.
Yeah.
So we usually don't
I
make
can
those
make
runs.
that a
We have
little
our
more
workers
defined.
take the drugs, and we usually have in our vehicles what we call in Spanish cadenas. They're
Oh yeah,
compartments
that's better.
in the vehicles they call traps,
Yeah.
where we have kilograms housed in those areas. And so that day we decided to take the drugs ourselves. My brother wanted to meet this particular run. So as I was driving, there was
Okay.
TNT officers that were pursuing us. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I
that
looked
was
back.
pretty
I
good.
noticed that someone was following us. And so I sped away and got close to the Queensboro Bridge, which separates Queens and
All right, now I don't know.
And all of a sudden, as I stopped at the traffic light,
Oh yeah, that looks so much nicer.
and a number of other
I like
cars
it.
behind us. We usually have.
I
we
do
this
like
run,
it.
we
Of course,
have
my
someone
barn's
in
crooked,
another
but
vehicle
you know,
trying to
sometimes
indicate
we
that
do
anyone
things and it
pursues
comes
us,
out
and
crooked.
that
I could
officer
straighten out my little,
crash into the police car, and that
my
we
little,
can get away
I think
from
I'm gonna do
cops.
that too.
only happens in Hollywood.
I could
It
probably
didn't happen in
use
our case.
this color
The
mixed
cops
with a
involved in
little
our
bit of
vehicle,
black.
They arrested us. They hauled into to the local
Let's see.
precinct, and I remember I was
Alright,
in the
let's
precinct
see.
thinking, man, I'm caught now with 25 kilograms of cocaine in the trunk of my vehicle. Now they know our stash house. They went there and they seized an additional 6 kilograms of cocaine inside a Mercedes-Benz 600. And I'm in this prison, and the very first reaction was, I need to get out of jail. I wasn't thinking
Alright.
about the wrongs I did, that I'm hurting society, spewing narcotics out into communities. I was just thinking about something. I wanted to get out of jail. So I contacted my attorney. We have attorneys in place. And I said, listen, do the best that you can for me to get out. And the very next day, I picked up the newspaper, and what was blasted across that particular newspaper read $3.8 million seized of cocaine.
Okay, that doesn't look bad at all.
Incarcerated, facing life in prison. No bail. At the time, Mayor Giuliani was the mayor of the city of New York, and he wanted to crack down on drug
Wow, the
trafficking.
rain is coming down like, oh, you would not believe. I don't know if you can see this, but the rain is coming down. Look at that. Wow. It's almost a rain out. You can see there's a truck over there delivering some beer or soda. I'm not sure. Might be soda. But you can hardly make it out. Look at the rain coming down. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let me get my camera straightened out again and rinse my brush out. Oh wow, it's even getting dark in here. I'm gonna have to turn the light on. Let's see what happens when I turn the light on. Oh my goodness. It's getting dark in here because of the rain. There we go. Alright, so let me show you this picture. Now I think I finally completed my picture. There's my barn and all my little flowers. And then all my little trees. And see, and there's my house. And look at that. Oh, I like the way that came out. What do you think, guys? See, you could do this too. It's really just dotting here and striking here. And, you know, you do a strip to make a tree. And then you kind of add some white and light colors to it. And makes it look real. And then you just dot away and different colored leaves. And wow. And I fixed my barn a little bit. It's not as crooked. Well, I guess I need to make it a little straighter. It is kind of crooked. I'll work on that, guys. And I hope you really like this. I really do. But here's a close-up of the tree. See how I just dabbed color here and there and just tried to make it look real? See, just dab it anywhere. And then the dots to make the flowers, see, they look real. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, yeah. Yep, I gotta fix that barn. It's still crooked. I'll work on that. And then I'll be done with it. Okay, guys, it was nice to have you back again. And I hope with this that you really enjoyed. That's my paint palette. It's loaded with paint on there that I've been using to paint. But there's the picture. All right. With that said, I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, I'm still working on feathers, but I wanted to finish this picture up first, so I did this first to get it out of the way. So now I'm ready to hang that one up, except I got to do that barn. The silo, if you can tell, the silo's kind of a little crooked. I got to straighten it out a little more. That won't be too hard to do. But I was able to add more depth to my little lean-to where you put your tractors and stuff in there. So, and then I put some golden rocks here and there, as you can see. Alright. Okay, guys, that's the end of that one. So we'll see you again next time.